Okay, so what we will be doing in this program, we will be creating the different threads for reader and different threads for the writer, like we have created in the last lecture. Okay, so is screen visible? Okay, so include the header files, those are required. So which header files will be required? Include stdio.h dash include pthread.h. Okay, now this program we have to implement using the mutex. They have mentioned thread synchronization and mutual exclusion using the mutex. So we will be the semaphore.h will not be required because mutex is inside the pthread.h only. So next we will declare some mutex variable. So that type for mutex variable is pthread underscore mutex underscore t. And two variables we will initialize wr comma mutex. Okay, then write integer main function. And two more functions we will be requiring. One is reader function. So return type of reader function or thread function is always a void star. Void star reader. Its argument is a void star. Void star arg. Similar to a reader, we will be writing a writer. Void star writer and void star arg. Okay, so these functions we are defining here. We are not writing anything here, but we are just defining those functions. Okay, now next we will initialize. First we will declare some thread variables, pthread. What is the data type to declare a thread variable? Pthread underscore t. Some array of variable for reader, some array of variable for writer. So R for reader and W for writer that we have declared. Okay, then the index variables that will be required for creating and joining the threads, so ij that we will be declaring. Then next initialize mutex variables. So function for initializing the mutex variable is pthread underscore mutex underscore init. Mutex underscore init. Its parameters are address of mutex variable, that is wr. We have taken wr and mutex, wr comma null, and pthread underscore mutex underscore underscore init. Parameters address of mutex comma null. Okay, these two variables we have initialized. Mutex variables we have initialized. The next task is to create the reader threads and reader and writer threads and then join. Say create reader and writer threads. But we don't know how many readers and how many writers are there. So for that we will ask the user to enter printf enter number of readers and writers. So user will enter some value, say read input data. Okay, now which statement you will write? Scanf. Scanf what? Percent D comma address of number of reader comma address of number of writer. Okay, now these two variables we will be requiring to declare. So here we will declare this, directly declare this number of reader comma number of writer. Okay. Okay, now we have the values number of readers and number of writers. For those many, we will be creating the threads. So for I equals to 0, I less than number of readers, I plus plus. And which function? pthread underscore create. So what are the parameters? First parameter is a thread variable. So address of, this should be address of R of I, comma attributes null, comma thread function काय नाव दिलं reader, comma आणि argument. So argument is of type void star and I. Okay, so for this is for creating the reader thread. So similarly, we will create the writers thread. Instead of index I, we will be using here index J. So J, this should be for number of writers. Then here, instead of this variable, W variable, and other things are same, only index I will change to J. Okay, so is it clear up to this? We have created the threads. So is there any problem in this I, J variable? No. Okay, now next thing that you should not forget is to join the threads. So function for joining the thread is for number of readers. This function name is instead of create, we will write it as a join. And what are the parameters to join this function? R of I and a null. Similarly, join the writers thread. So how you will join the writers threads? W. Instead of I, index we have taken is a J. So change this index. If I am doing any mistake, let me know, because when you are typing, it is possible that I can do the mistake. Okay. So here number of readers should be number of writers. So when we are copy pasting, at that time it happens that you forget about some things to change. Okay, so this is a main function that we have written. Is there any problem in this main function? Let us write return 0, because our function is not returning anything. Return 0. So what we have done, we have initialized the thread variables for reader and a writer, then the index variables and number of readers, number of writer. Then we have initialized the mutex variables using pthread underscore mutex underscore init function for reader and a writer, for WR variable and for mutex variable. Then we are taking the input as number of readers and number of writers. Then we are creating the readers thread here, writers thread here, and then we are joining the readers and the writers thread. Okay, so till now it is all correct. Now we have to just write the main program. That is a main program means main logic for a reader and a writer. So what we do, first thing, whenever we enter in the thread routine, at that time we convert this void star argument to integer argument. So take here long int, and this should be a long int only. Let me remove this and write it as integer, and let me change the depth type of this long int. So why long int? Because integer is of 4 bytes and first star is of 8 bytes, so it will give you the warning. So that's why you should write a long int. So long int equals to num, and then typecast this first star into a long int type, long int arg. Okay, so till now it is correct. Let me copy this in the writers function also, because reader and writer have the same thing. Sorry, same thing is that is required to be done here. Okay. Now next thing, what you will do? Reader, sorry, we are writing the. We will first write the writer's routine, because writing writer's routine is quite simple. So first, writer will lock WR variable to enter critical section. So function for locking, now function is of mutex, not of the semaphore. We are using the mutex, pthread underscore mutex underscore lock, and which variable? Address of WR variable. Okay, then here the writer will write some data. So we'll take one variable, global variable for writing a data into, say, int a equals to 10, or whatever value, that common value that you can take. So here now writer is in a critical section. So let us write some data. So printf, directly we will printf /n writer %d have written data as %d. Can you tell me what values we should be printing instead of in place of the first %d? So writer %d means we want to print the number of the writer, so this should be number. And second %d means actual data, so this will be plus a. Plus a means pre-increment. It will first increment and then will print the data. So writer is updating the value of a variable here. Okay, after updating the value of a variable, writer will leave the critical section. So take here some sleep time of, say, 1. We'll take some sleep time of 1 to demonstrate the output. So he is requiring some time to write a data. Okay, so this is not necessary to write a sleep, but output we will get as a step by step, so we can understand the output. So that's why we are taken a sleep here. So after this, after writing a data, what a writer should do? A writer releases a lock on WR. Okay, so function to release a lock is pthread underscore mutex underscore unlock and address of WR variable. Okay, so this is the simple writer's routine. What is done in the writer's routine? So first writer, or whoever is the writer that wants to enter the critical section, he will try to acquire the lock on WR variable. So depending on its availability, that lock will be granted to that writer, or that writer will go in the waiting state. Okay, then writer will enter in the critical section and he will update the copy of the data. So what is the copy of data in variable A? So it is getting updated here. So after updating the value of data, a writer should release a lock. A writer should release a lock on WR variable. So he is releasing the lock on WR variable here. Okay, so till here we have written a writer's routine. Now let us try to write the reader's routine. Okay, now when you are writing a reader's routine, first thing that you should do is we have to take one more variable here, read count, READ, equals to 0. So this variable will keep a track of number of readers. So first task you have to do is a read count plus plus, read count plus plus. But this read count is again common data which is accessed by multiple readers. So before incrementing this read count, you should make sure that only one reader is incrementing this read count variable. So we will write here pthread underscore mutex underscore lock. And which variable we will lock? We will lock the mutex variable. Here you should give the address of mutex. Okay, then after incrementing after incrementing the value, you should unlock this variable, mutex variable, because second reader may be entering here and wants to lock. So this will be unlock. Okay, read count increment zala. Read count if read count is increment, next thing is check the read count value. Read count equals to 1. If read count equals to 1 means if it is the first thread, then only he will lock underscore mutex underscore lock on WR variable. Are you getting this? If he is the first thread, then only he will log the writer. Other threads are not required to log the writer. If other readers are also trying to log the writer, then they will go into the block state. So that's why if he is the first reader, then only he will try to acquire the lock on the writer, because it is possible that the writer is in the critical section, and if writer is in the critical section, reader also should not be allowed to enter in the critical section. So if he is the first reader, he should check whether there is anyone in the critical section or not. And if there is no one in the critical section, he should take care that after his entry in the critical section, no other writer should be allowed in the critical section. So that's why he is locking a writer. Okay, after locking a writer, what he will do? After locking a writer, he will try to read a data. So let us do this task by using a printf message /l. Print a message as a reader %d is reading data %d. Now can you tell me what values I should print in place of %d? First %d will be number of that reader, and second %d should be a value as variable a, common value as variable a. So he is just reading the data. So that's why we are not incrementing, pre-incrementing or post-incrementing this variable. We are just printing whatever the value that is updated by the writer. Okay, till now this is correct. Now next, after this, the multiple readers will be leaving the critical section. Okay, so first reader have entered, he has printed the data. Second reader will check this condition and will be directly allowed to print this message. Third reader will be directly allowed to print this message. So here we will give some sleep 1. Okay, so here we have given a sleep of 1. After reading a data, what reader will try to do? He will try to leave the critical section. So critical section leave करताना काय करायचं? Read count minus करायचं. आणि ज्यावेळेस read count minus करतोय त्यावेळेस at a time एकच thread read count minus करेल. So here again we should be using the lock on mutex variable so that other readers will not be accessing the read count value at the same time. So इथे read count minus केला. पुढे काय चेक करणार? If read count equals to 0 असेल तर काय करणार? He will unlock what? Writer. Unlock the writer. Okay, so in addition to this, our function is complete. In addition to this, shall we print some more messages? Yes, we should print the more messages so that you will understand. As printf. Reader %d is in critical section. Am I correct? Yes. Say here /l. And when he is unlocking the mutex and making the read count value as 0, 0, he is leaving the critical section. So here we will print that reader %d left critical section. Okay. Similarly, the same message we will print for the writer also. Writer %d writer %d is in a critical section, and here you should write the variable value num. And same after leaving writer %d left critical section, here you should print a value as num, number of the writer. Here also comma num, and here also we require to write comma num. Okay, now let us check this program using a terminal. Okay, so GCC, is it visible? You zoom in. GCC, what name we have given to this program? WS rw.c. So GCC rw.c minus L LP thread. Okay, now there are many errors in this program. %d. Okay, so we have taken the type of num as long integer. We have taken it as a long integer. So that's why we should be using this value as %ld. %ld. Here also %ld. L. Function reader, implicit declaration of function print. Some spelling mistake is here in on line number 19. On line number 19. PRINT. And what is other mistake? Sleep system call is giving error. So what is the header file for sleep system call? They have not mentioned here. Okay, let us try to include is stdlib hash include uni std.h and hash include lib.h. Okay. GCC rw.c minus LP thread. GCC std and stdlib that we have included. GCC rw.c. GCC rw.c minus LP thread. Cannot find GCC RW dot C minus LP thread. The command to execute, compile this program is gcc rw.c minus lp thread, and then take the output dot slash a dot out. Enter number of readers 4, number of writers 4. You can now read the messages. Reader 0 is in critical section. Reader 0 have read the data. Okay, now you observe here that multiple readers are in the critical section. Reader 0 is in critical section. Reader 1 is in critical section. Then again reader 0, reader 2, reader 3, reader 2, reader 1. Okay, but there is no message as a writer. Is there any problem in writer? So here message should be a writer. Check the output. But there is no message of the writer. So what can be the problem? Do we have written a lock, or do we have called the writer variable? Yes, we have only created the reader threads and reader function. Here it should be a writer function. Say 3 and 3. Okay, now you can observe here that multiple readers are in the critical section. Reader 0 is in critical section reading the data. Reader 2 is in the critical section reading the data. Reader 1 is in the critical section reading the data. Then reader 0 has left, reader 2 has left, and reader 1 has left the critical section. And then only the writers have entering in the critical section. And if you read these messages, writer 1 is in critical section. Writer 1 have written the data as 11, and writer 1 has left the critical section. ज्यावेळेस पहिला writer left होतो critical section मध्ये, then only second writer is entering in the critical section. And then writer 2 is printing as he is in the critical section, he has updated the data, and he has left the critical section. And then finally writer 0 is entering in the critical section. Okay, so this program is correct. Let us take another output by taking 5 readers and only 1 writer. Okay, so you can see that multiple readers are accessing the critical section at the same time. Then all the readers one by one are leaving the critical section. All the readers one by one leaving the critical section, and then only the writer is writing the data. Okay, now if we take multiple writers, say 5 writers and 1 reader. We have taken the output as 1 reader and 5 writers. Okay, so once first reader is leaving the critical section, then first writer is entering the critical section, and then it is leaving the critical section, left the critical section. Then second, then third, then fourth, and then last. Okay, order may be different every time you execute the program, because all the threads are executing simultaneously. So we are trying to synchronize them. With the conditions that if reader is in the critical section, multiple readers can be allowed to enter the critical section, but no writer is allowed. If writer is in the critical section, neither reader nor writer is allowed to enter the critical section. Okay, so now you can take a screenshot of this if you want. Let me show you the program again. Okay, so this is your main function. So in main function we are declaring the data that is required for our program. Then we are initializing the mutex variables as WR and mutex. Then next we are reading the number of readers, number of writers. Then next we are creating and joining Here we are creating the threads for reader and a writer, and then we are joining these threads, readers and writers. Okay, so this is your main function. In writers function, what we are doing? In writers function, the condition is if writer is in the critical section, neither reader nor writer should be allowed to enter in the critical section. So when writer wants to enter the critical section, we are locking on WR variable. And when a writer is leaving the critical section, we are unlocking the WR variable. Okay, so writer's routine is quite simple. In reader's routine, multiple readers can be allowed to enter in the critical section at the same time. So that's why we are keeping a track of number of readers in the critical section with the variable as read count. Okay, so here reader wants to enter the critical section. So first we are incrementing the value of reader. And this read count is again a shared variable among different readers. So for that we are locking and unlocking that shared variable. So once if a thread wants to increment the value, he will lock the read count variable, and whenever he is leaving the critical section, he will unlock that variable. Now if the reader is the first reader, then he should lock the writer. He should lock the writer. If he is the second reader, he should be directly allowed to enter the critical section without locking WR variable. If he is the third reader, he will also be allowed to enter in the critical section without locking the WR variable. Okay, so this we are doing by using the read count variable. So if he is the first reader, we are locking WR. Then here the readers are reading the data. Then after finishing the reading task, the reader will try to leave the critical section. So when he is leaving the critical section, we should first decrement read count value because he is leaving the critical section. So number of readers in the critical section will be decreased by 1. So read count we are decrementing by 1 here. And same thing, read count is a shared variable, so that's why we are locking and unlocking this variable. Then who will allow writer to enter in the critical section? If he is the last reader. जर तो शेवटचा reader असेल तर तो allow करेल. So if read count equals to 0, she will allow the other other writers to enter in the critical section. So you can take a screenshot of this reader variable with this. Okay, now last date to submit the producer consumer assignment and reader writer assignment is next Saturday. I will be updating the links on the Google Classroom. So let me stop the recording. I will be adding this recording as well.